Right now we are about to skate one of my favorite skate parks in DFW. I've said that a lot, but today we're gonna change it up a bit, answer a few questions, especially diving into, can you actually be a pro skater if you didn't grow up with a skate park, or can you even be good at skateboarding? Seems so difficult, but let's get a little warm up in, and then we'll get to this question, and then we'll get to more skating, and then more questions. Feeling pretty good with kickflip frontside right now, so I think I'm gonna try kickflip frontside nose grinds. It's really not super hard, but if I can figure this one out, I would be a happy camper. But quickly, let's at least answer this one question before we dive into more skateboarding. Do you think people with access to better skate parks have more potential in skating? I think people with better skate parks become well-rounded skaters easier, but I don't think you need to have specific skate park skills to be a more sponsored skater or a higher paid skater. But I think if you do want to end up skating contests in the future, which are usually very, very skate park heavy, then it probably does pay off to have a bigger, better skate park. Really, it's just ledges, rails, manual pads, stairs. It's the kind of things you could find in any hometown, but also potentially the things that you could buy or have people in your community invest in. So if you don't have a park, potentially building a DIY spot, or just somebody having a flat ledge or building a flat ledge. They're like 500 bucks, so not super cheap, but if the community comes together and gets a flat ledge, a flat rail, a kicker ramp, maybe a mini ramp somewhere if you're lucky, with just those things, you can really, really learn all the fundamentals of skateboarding. A good example is someone like Jamie Griffin, who is now shining very brightly. He won Battle at the Barracks. He skates stairs really well. He can skate rails and ledges and pretty much everything, but he grew up skating in a shed on carpet, just skating stationary and putting like a box to the side. So doing like stationary tricks onto a box and a rail, and that's really all he had. And they were not impressive things at all, but just being on the board for a long time and getting all the fundamentals really down, like beyond what most people do. When it was finally time for him to skate other things, he was just so well adjusted with his skateboard that everything was kind of easy. So you can be in his position and still become, you know, a very popular, well-known, amazing skateboarder. But if he was to skate something like Street League, I don't know if he would do as well because it's very skate park design heavy, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, kickflip nose grind. I'm just gonna keep that kickflip nose grind. I'm not at the park alone right now. There's two other people. And the problem and benefit of that is that when it's finally time for my turn, I have to wait. Waiting is the part I don't like. But when I finally go, I'm so like impatient that I commit no matter what. So I don't do like the half-ass tries building up to it. So it probably equals out at the end. But I wanna do a quick nollie heel nose slide, nollie flip nose slide, just because I'm trying to do that everywhere I go. Now I want to go for a nollie heel tail slide. The other benefit of having people around is you feel like, you know, you're less scared to commit. It's almost like you have that motivation, that energy of just being like, all right, let's go for it. We're all here. I feel a little more energized. So nollie heel tail slide, I'd be really stoked, and I'm definitely not scared to commit right now, which is good. I am stoked. That one has always been so difficult. Nollie heel tail slides are kind of like the bane of my existence because my nollie heels just, they don't like go up like that. My tail doesn't, my nose goes up. So it's hard to get the tail onto the ledge correctly. So it worked out. I am juiced and the landing was okay. I could have done it better, but right now I want to practice tray flips up. This is actually kind of a tall tray flip for me. So like a tray flip 50-50 on this, 360 flip 50-50, I'd be hyped. I kind of wanted to do 5.0, but I'm giving it everything I have just to get the board onto the ledge. So I think I'm just gonna do a tray flip 50 from the beginning, which is still scary because you got like, you know, you gotta get on the beginning and then grind the rest of the ledge. So if you mess up at the beginning, you're gonna like fall onto the ledge, but it's fine. Tray flip 50, let's see how long we can do it. Tray flip 50 worked out, and before I get into all the questions, some good, some silly, some bad, whatever, quick questions, I do want to try one more thing, which is this fakie heel switchback 50, which I did recently, but I want to do it to a switch 5.0 because somebody recommended it out there, and I was like, that's a really good idea. So we'll see how it feels. Yeah, that got me good though. I destroyed my shin. I'm gonna spare you the vision, but there was like skin on my sock. It like ripped off my skin. Hurt so bad. My shin, it's like still throbbing from when I did it, like, you know, 20 seconds ago or whatever, but I think, yep, it's bleeding. But at least now we have a good excuse to get into the Q&A. CAG is so IG says, do skateboard YouTubers save up for retirement? I would say the same ratio of people who sign up for retirement at all. I have a lot of friends who don't skate, who also don't do it, but I think with skateboard YouTubers, a lot of them don't make enough money to be like, I'm gonna keep this giant bucket and save up with it, because I think the question is sort of alluding to the fact that skateboard YouTubers make good money. I think for the most part, they don't really, but the ones who do, you know, I have friends like Andy Schrock and Sam Tabor who I know make a great living. Yeah, I know that they do. So I think if you do it for a long time, you just treat it like any other job, especially with most of us who grew up working normal jobs and trying to save up as much as we could before. But yeah, like myself, 7-8 years, yeah, I've been saving up a good amount each month. I only spend money on food and these videos. About how tall are you? I'm actually about 6 feet tall. That's probably the comment I get the most in real life is, wow, you're way taller in person than I thought you would be. Maybe because there's people not like around me as I'm filming, but yeah, about 6 feet tall. Ray Carlos G asked, what ethnicity are you? Love your switch tricks, by the way. Thank you so much. I am Korean American, so my mom's from Korea. My dad is Caucasian, white, from American, from South Carolina. He was in the military, he met her in Korea. They came here, bada bing, bada boom. I was born. A lot of people, funnily enough though, think I'm either like Mexican, depending on how dark my skin is during the summer, Hawaiian, or South Asian, like Filipino, etc. My skin has always been dark, which weirdly in Korea, it's like you're allowed to kind of be like, oh, I like people with fair skin, which means like really white skin, which obviously in America would never fly if you're like, I just love people with white skin. But yeah, in Korea, I guess since it's 99% homogenous, it's technically not racist because they don't have other races. Korea seems cool, but I'm really glad I live in America. And the last question I'm gonna answer before clocking out of this video is by Skate Theorist. What factors do you think made your skate channel grow so much bigger than every other channel? So I have kind of like a practical answer and a more ethereal answer, but the practical answer is Casey Neistat was exploding at the time, so I just copied his style almost exactly. So I was like the Casey Neistat of skateboarding. So I used his format and applied it to a skateboarding world, which I understood very well. So like right now, if you were to do that, maybe you could do like the Mr. Beast of skateboarding. So the hard part about that is if you are a skateboarder out there, you might think, wow, that's really cringe. That would be very difficult to do. And that was the same mindset I kind of had for Casey Neistat. I still thought like making videos about yourself is kind of cringe, but I was willing to do it because I thought the payoff at the end would be bigger. And I also thought it would be kind of fun to do something that just felt very unorthodox. So right now, who would be the Mr. Beast of skateboarding actually doesn't really exist, I think. So if you wanted to be that, you'd have to be like, what's up guys, today, oh my God, we're gonna do this thing with it. Like that is kind of missing. So I actually think that someone out there who would want to go that route could probably do really well, but it kind of takes that like embarrassing push. I also uploaded very consistently almost every single day, and I think I knew a lot about how to make a video look pretty and kind of put together a story that people wanted to kind of stay engaged with. I cut everything that seemed like extra babble, which I'm not doing for this video because this is my second channel. I was also using titles and thumbnails and ideas from other niches and applying it to skateboarding. So instead of being like inside a $32 million apartment in New York City, I would literally name my video inside a $32 million skate park in New York City. I would change out 1 or 2 words of concepts that were going viral, and that seemed to work pretty well. Not to mention that I was also in California with all the skateboarders. I was good friends with Nigel Alexander, who introduced me to all the biggest skateboard YouTubers. So in the first year, I did like 100 collaborations with all these YouTubers. I made daily content, and then I also made content on top of that for their channels so that they would promote my channel. So it was just like, it was almost like so hard not to grow with the funnel of the way that I was doing it. It mostly comes down to embracing the cringe, but it also comes down to everything is explainable in hindsight, after the fact, but there's a lot of luck involved. YouTube giving you 100,000 views compared to 10,000 views, that aspect is sort of just luck intensive, or 100,000 views compared to 1 million views. You know, there's no real thing that makes one the other. It's just kind of like you can notice when you're done, but you can't notice while you're making it. So it's kind of hard. I do want to say, as I'm closing out, that these videos on this channel, I know it's been somewhat repetitive. I haven't been like the greatest YouTuber here in Texas, but in a month or so, I will be documenting a lot of really talented skateboarders. I'll basically be making videos like this, but about other people, and then doing more interesting stories on my own side, and then even on my own personal channel, telling these bigger, more exaggerated stories that I've been excited to tell for years. But you have to give it about a month or so, and you know, you'll know everything as I'm going along, but a lot's gonna change in my life, and it's gonna be a lot. So I'm really excited for it, and I hope that you are patient, because right now I'm just in full grind mode for the next at least 30 days or so. But after that, it's gonna be a lot of, I don't know, I'm really excited. I love making videos now as much as I did at the very beginning. I've had some ups and downs throughout the way, but right now I am truly, truly motivated, and I can't wait to share all the stories that I will be sharing. So stay tuned for all that, and I'll see you next time. Every Monday and Wednesday on this channel, every Tuesday and Thursday on my main channel. So 4 videos a week, 3 shorts a week, so 7 total videos. Kind of ridiculous, but it's fun right now. I love it. Thanks so much. Take care, progress daily, and keep killing it.